Okay, so when you're trying to learn something new, the sheer number of AI tools out there can feel, well, overwhelming. It's so easy to get stuck asking which one is the best. But what if that's the wrong question? Today, we're digging into a really powerful idea that the secret isn't finding one perfect tool, but creating a perfect system using three of them. And honestly, this could completely change how you learn.
This quote just nails it, right? It's from the author of our source material, and it gets to the heart of the problem we all face. You've probably felt this yourself. Some tools are amazing for finding information. Others are better for, making sense of it all. It's so easy to get stuck searching for that one perfect tool that does everything.
And this was exactly the trap our source author fell into. They found NotebookLM and thought, this is it. This is the Holy Grail. And they started using it for absolutely everything. But pretty quickly, they hit a wall. They realized that even a fantastic tool has its limits, and that relying on just one was actually holding them back.
Yeah, this one tool mistake is super common. But for the author, hitting that wall led to a huge breakthrough, a realization that the real power isn't in finding a single perfect tool, but in creating a perfect system.
And here it is, the wild idea that sparked this whole thing. What if you combined the strengths of three very different AIs, Perplexity, NotebookLM, and ChatGPT, into one single seamless workflow? So how does that actually work?
It all comes down to this simple three-step process. First, you find your materials with Perplexity. Second, you synthesize all that info with NotebookLM. And third, you explore beyond what you found with ChatGPT. Let's break down each step.
All right, step one. This is all about building your foundation because let's face it, any research is only as good as its sources. And that's where our first tool, Perplexity, comes into the picture. Its whole job is to find quality information and find it fast.
So I want you to think of Perplexity less as an answer engine and more like your personal expert research librarian. Its specialty is just digging through the entire internet and pulling up high-quality, credible sources on any topic you give it. It saves you hours of digging around yourself. So here's what it looks like in practice. You give Perplexity a really clear prompt, like this one asking for sources on object-oriented programming. It goes out and does all the legwork, gathering articles, papers, you name it. But, and this is important, this is where the strategy kicks in, because you're not actually interested in the answer it gives you. Now, here's the trick, and it's a little counterintuitive. You see that nicely summarized answer it creates? Ignore it. Just completely ignore it for now. We don't want a summary yet. Instead, you're going to go directly to the Sources tab. This list of raw links right here, that's the gold you're looking for. These documents are going to power the entire next step of the workflow.
Okay, so you've used Perplexity, and now you've got this great stack of high-quality digital documents. Now what do you do with them? Let's move to step 2 and see how we make sense of it all with NotebookLM.
This right here is NotebookLM's superpower. It's an AI research assistant, sure, but it's source-grounded. What that means is it will only use information from the documents you personally upload. It doesn't just pull random stuff from the wider internet, which makes its answers and summaries incredibly reliable and totally focused on your material.
So how does this actually work in the real world? Well, the author uses it to totally transform their 1-hour commute. Instead of just dead time staring out a window, they turn it into a focused study session, all without even looking at a screen. And that's all possible because of this brilliant feature called audio overviews. NotebookLM takes all your sources, the articles from Perplexity, your own notes, whatever you've uploaded, and it generates a spoken summary. All of a sudden, your commute, your workout, your walk, it's all study time, completely hands-free.
And it goes even deeper. NotebookLM can create these amazing visual mind maps that show you hidden connections between your sources. It can even tell you, hey, you might have a gap here, to help you focus your study. And it's all built on that one core promise: reliable summaries that stick strictly to what's in your documents.
So now you've got a really solid handle on your source material. You've found it and you've synthesized it. But true learning, it sparks new questions. It sends you down these fascinating rabbit holes. And that brings us to our final step. This is the exact moment where our first two tools hit their natural limit. NotebookLM is fantastic, but remember, it can only draw from the sources you gave it. So what do you do when a new question pops into your head that just isn't covered in your documents?
Well, that's where our third tool, ChatGPT, comes into play. Its job in this system is to be the deep diver. It's the explorer that takes you beyond the boundaries of your initial research to answer all those fresh new questions.
The workflow here is so simple. You just take a response from NotebookLM that sparked your curiosity, you copy and paste it into ChatGPT, and you ask it to go deeper. Ask for real-world examples. Ask for a different explanation. Ask how it connects to another topic. It's the bridge between what you know and what you want to know next.
And this process gets even more powerful when you fire up ChatGPT's study mode. Now, it's not just spitting back answers. It becomes your personal, interactive tutor. It can turn a really complex idea into a simple analogy. It can quiz you to make sure you're getting it. Or it can give you a step-by-step walkthrough until that idea finally clicks. It's a game changer. So when you put it all together, you don't just have 3 separate tools. You have this incredible synergistic system, a true power combo, where each part makes the other parts even stronger. Find, synthesize, explore. It's that simple.
Let's look at the whole strategy at a glance. You use Perplexity to get the raw materials, but you ignore its answer. Then you use NotebookLM for super reliable synthesis because it's grounded only in those materials. And finally, you use ChatGPT to explore all the new questions that pop up along the way. It's this perfect journey from a broad search to a focused understanding, and then finally to creative exploration.
And this really is the final verdict from the author. I mean, they've tried pairing NotebookLM with all sorts of other AIs, but nothing has even come close to the unique and powerful experience of this specific trio. Each tool just plays its part so perfectly, creating a workflow that's so much more than the sum of its parts.
So the big takeaway here is that a thoughtful workflow is always going to beat a single, supposedly perfect tool. We've just walked through one really brilliant power combo for learning, and that leaves you with the final question to think about. What tools are you using, and what could your ultimate workflow look like?